All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to the class of 2022. This is Principal Reed, and I am thrilled to be with you all today. Before we get into the program, though, allow me to acknowledge two things. First, that the process of remote learning has not been easy for our students and staff alike. Secondly, our news reports are also quite overwhelming, especially with all that's going on in Minneapolis right now. Understand that each and every one of you matter. You are important. You are valued. You matter. You have all been on my mind and in my thoughts and prayers on a daily basis. What do I know for sure, though? I know that we will all make it together as the Chelsea CTE family that we are. I love you, your Chelsea family loves you, and we are here for you. So thank you for taking the time to join us today. Let's get started. This session is being recorded to allow those who are unable to attend to have access to all the information shared. So if you have not done so already, please mute your mics. If you've called in, please dial *6 so that you're muted and turn your cameras off as well. If you have any questions or comments, please type them in the chat function and they will be answered during our Q&A sessions. We will have 2 this afternoon. So who do we have with us today? We have both assistant principals with us, Ms. Perez and Ms. Dixon. We have your school counselor, Ms. Lawrence, with us. We have Ms. Renna, our coordinator of student activities. We have members of the college and career office team. We have Ms. Thomas, Mr. Marr, Mr. Acosta, and Ms. Moreno with us. And we also have your student advocates, Ms. Ebo and Coach V, with us today. Here is a look at the agenda. We'll start with some videos around resilience and commitment, and then we'll end with the open mic town hall session that's not recorded. That's an opportunity for our students to share with me any concerns that you might have around this process or anything else that you'd like to share with me. That portion of the meeting will not be recorded. But I will give everyone time now just to review the agenda in its entirety. Okay, we do have a full agenda, so let's jump right in. We'll now look at some videos around resilience and commitment. So give me a moment as I switch my screens now.
Are you ready to listen? Because I have something important to say. You no longer need to fear the unknown. You no longer need to fear hardships or obstacles. You no longer need to fear being seen. This fear will dissipate because you are resilient. It is through great tragedy that we are given the gift of resiliency. The ability to have a strong comeback without allowing a negative setback to define us. It is with this strength that you can inspire. It is with this strength that you can walk through life authentically. Because you see, resiliency is knowing that you and you alone are responsible for picking yourself back up. It's knowing you can. The scars of past tragedies may live inside of you, but they will not define you. It is through tough situations that we live with more wisdom and more strength. Understand that nothing can defeat you without your permission. People, events, life may knock you down, but they cannot keep you down. You do have the strength. You do have the power. You do have the potential to bounce back. Face the day with these self-evident truths, because you have the power to change the world.
When I look at people, I always ask the question, I said, man, tell me what Nike stands for. They said, oh, Inc., that's easy, just do it. I said, tell me what Adidas stands for. Oh, Inc., that's easy, man, impossible is nothing. I said, now tell me what you stand for. When people look at you, do they think excuses? When people look at you, do they think victory? When people look at you, do they think that's a person that's going to give me everything they got, not on some days, but on every day, and it's not going to be predicated upon if I feel like it, because I think we all know if we only worked on the days when we felt like it, none of us would get much accomplished. I'm talking about the real level of commitment, not the commitment that falls in line if everything goes right. I'm speaking of the commitment that says, I am going to stay true to what I said I would do long after the move that I've said it in his life.
See, most people, ladies and gentlemen, are stoppable. Most people, all you have to do is tell them no. All you have to do is make it inconvenient for them. All you have to do is make it difficult for them, and they'll stop. See, when you're going to get your goal, don't think that all you have to do is think positive and everything's going to work out okie dokie for you. When you go to get your goal, you're sending a telegram to Murphy's Law to visit you personally.
You thought you was just gonna have a dream and a goal, and you was just gonna wake up and just walk into the sunset. You're like, dream, boom. It don't work like that. You have a dream, and then life pumps you. Life pumps you and say, do you really want this? You're gonna lose friends. Do you really want this? Do you really want this? Cousins gonna abandon you. People that you used to be like this with gonna think you bougie, don't wanna deal with you. It's a part of it. But I paid too much. If I was gonna quit, I would have quit in the abandoned building when I wanted to commit suicide and take my life. I should have quit when I heard my voice say, your mama don't want you, your daddy don't want you, take your life. I got through that, so why I'm gonna quit over F on the grave? Come on. And so I'm telling y'all, you have come too far to quit now. You have invested too much to quit now. You have lost too much to quit now. Don't cry about it. Don't whine about it. Get a reward for your pain. And so by being committed to everything that I started, I finished it. It built a certain type of spirit. It built a certain type of mentality. It built a certain type of individual. And so now I couldn't quit even if I wanted to. I couldn't stop even if I wanted to. I had too much sweat equity in my life and everything that I was doing. You're too close to quit now. You gotta take another lap. You got to take another lap, because you never know. This might be the one. You can't stop because you're tired. You can't stop because you got your feelings hurt. You got to take another lap. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. You're going to make it. You're going to do it. You got an unstoppable fire. Come on, take another lap. Don't you stop. Don't stop walking.
So as we reflect on those two videos, I want you to take a moment. You're going to read both prompts and you're going to choose one. So in the chat box, you'll reflect. So either how are you practicing resilience while maintaining your commitment to your personal and academic growth, or you respond to, has your commitment fallen off a bit? If so, How will you recommit to yourself now? This is for students and staff as well. Let's all take some moments to reflect in the chat. Come on, class of 2022, don't be shy. Let's see those reflections. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice. We'll take another minute. Beautiful reflections. Beautiful, beautiful. 30 more seconds. Excellent. Thank you, students and staff, for sharing your open and honest reflections around resilience and commitment. So as we get into our agenda deeper, I want to just start by discussing our remote grading policy. So our third and final marking period will end on Friday, June 19th. That date is subject to change, but as of this session, it will end on Friday, June 19th. What does that reflect? Well, that reflects course mastery aligned to state standards throughout the spring 2020 semester. When you receive a 65 or more on your report cards and transcripts, what does that mean? That means that you've passed the class, you've earned the course credit, and for those of us sitting in Regents terminating courses, when you pass both the spring semester of that course and the fall semester of that course, you are automatically exempt from taking that Regents exam this year. Your grade, once it's finalized on your report cards and your transcripts, your family can decide, you know what, I don't think that grade suits me. I don't want it to affect my academic overall average. So you can keep the numeric grade, or your family can decide to change it to CR. CR means the same thing. You've passed the class, you've earned the course credit, and if you're in a Regents terminating course, you would still be qualified for that Regents exemption so long as you pass the fall and spring semester of said course. But it will not affect your overall GPA. If your family wants to exercise that option, they should email Ms. Perez at sperez6@chelseahs.org after the final report cards are issued. We will start to work on that as soon as possible, but the change will happen for sure before November 30th of this year. If you receive an NX on your report card or transcript, what does that mean? So an NX indicates that course requirements are not met yet, right? That could mean that you needed additional time for the course to show your mastery of said course. And your grade, your final grade, is pending through January of 2021. However, it is very important for you to know that if you receive an NX and you do not obtain the course credit by August 2020, that means if you're in a Regents terminating course, you would not qualify for the Regents exemption after August 2020. Once again, so if you get an NX and you're sitting in a Regents terminating course, some of you are in geometry, for example, or earth science, for example, and you get an NX in one of those classes, they do terminate in the Regents. And let's say you go to summer school and you're not successful, or whatever the reason is, after August, after summer school, if you have not gotten the course credit of 65 or better, or that CR, then you would be responsible for that Regents after August. The academic school year does end on June 26, 2020. One of our wonderful members of class of 2022 gave me a suggestion earlier as to what we can do with that last week. I will take that into consideration, but what I need you to continue doing is go into daily attendance every day. And for now, we do have online student activities around self-care, wellness, and fun activities. So you would do that through the end of the semester, which is June 26th. Remote summer school. So we will have remote summer school. I think most of you know how I feel about summer school. Summer school is a last resort. I'm a firm believer in you doing your best throughout the academic year so that you don't have to do summer school. Summer school should be a time where you're getting enriched, where you're engaging in other opportunities, but summer school will be available to select students who need it, and those notifications will be made the middle of June to families as well as you all. You can enroll in up at least 2 courses, but no more than 3, pending our budget allocations. And we will have courses offered in ELA, history, math, and science. It's important to note that remote summer school will be very different, of course. We're no longer in the physical building. Summer school in past, we usually have a majority of our teachers on staff that may or may not, and the likelihood of it not happening is high. So remote summer school will be very different, but it will be available to those students who need it. And again, notifications will be sent out in mid-June. So graduation requirements, class of 2022, this time, 2 years from now, we want to be talking about your final process and getting you prepared to walk across that stage. So what do you need to do? You need to pass all of your classes in order to meet the 44 plus credit required, right? So you need your credits aligned to across all academic content areas, and Ms. Lawrence will talk about that in further detail in a moment. But once you get your credits and the Regents exemption, so again, this process that we're in, any classes that you are sitting in right now that terminate in the Regents, when you pass the fall and spring semesters of that course, you will qualify for the Regents exemption as per the New York State Education Department, which means once you're exempted from that Regents, you don't have to take it again, ever again in your high school career, and it does count toward graduation. For most of you, this is your second year in high school, so if you have been unsuccessful in a prior course, let's say Algebra 1 or Living Environment, and you pass those courses, and you were going to sit for this June 2020 administration of the Regents, you also qualify for the Regents exemption as per the New York State Education Department. So again, if you're sitting in a current class that terminates in the Regents and you pass both sections, you get the Regents exemption. And if you sat in the class last year and you were unsuccessful in the Regents, but you know you were going to take it again in June, then you also qualify for that exemption if you've passed both the fall and spring semesters. CTE certifications are a little bit away for this class, but some of you are engaging in IC3 work right now. So if you are doing that work, you can continue to do that remotely, and that does count towards your CTE certification requirement. The Adobe Certified Associates in Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator are also available, but I don't think that applies to many of you at this time. The NOCTA exams in Advertising and Design will be available in the spring of 2020. So in the tail end of your junior year, that will be available for you. And I'm sorry, that's spring of 2021, actually. So now we'll have Ms. Lawrence come and talk about graduation requirements a bit more in detail. Ms. Lawrence? Ms. Lawrence, did you unmute yourself?
Okay, there we go. Okay, thank you, Mr. Reed. Hello, everyone. It is such a pleasure to see so many of our wonderful students here today. This does show a great deal of interest in your academics. Now, in order to earn a high school diploma in New York State, students must satisfy two requirements. Number one are your credits, which are really your classes, and number two, your Regents exams. Students can earn three types of diplomas: a Regents diploma, an Advanced Regents diploma, and a local diploma. Let's look at all of these in greater detail. So for the Regents diploma, students must earn scores of 65 or higher on 5 exams to get a Regents diploma. These exams are English, any social studies exam, global history or US history, any math exam, algebra or geometry or algebra 2 trigonometry, any science exam, living environment or earth science or chemistry or physics. And finally, for the +1 option, any other Regents exam. Credit requirements. Students need a total of 44 credits in the following subject areas: English, 8 credits. Social studies, also 8 credits, including 4 credits in global history, 2 credits in US history, 1 credit in participation in government, 1 credit in economics. Math, 6 credits, including 2 credits in algebra, 2 credits in geometry, and 2 credits in algebra 2 trigonometry. Science, again, a total of 6 credits, including 2 credits in living environment, 2 credits in chemistry, 2 credits in earth science, and another 2 credits in physics. LOTI, language other than English, 2 credits. Physical education, 2 credits. Health, 1 credit. The arts, 2 credits. And your electives, your major classes, 7 credits. Now let's look quickly at the Advanced Regents diploma requirements. Students must score 65 or higher on 9 exams to earn an Advanced Regents diploma. ELA, 3 math exams, Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, Trigonometry, 1 Social Studies exam, Global History or US History, 2 Science exams, Living Environment, that's a must, and 1 other science. So Living Environment and Earth Science, Living Environment, and chemistry, living environment, and physics, any combination, but it must include living environment. Also, for the Advanced Regents Diploma, there is the language other than English requirement, and there's also the +1 option, which is an additional Regents exam for a total of 5. Now, the credit requirement for the Advanced Regents Diploma is the same as for the regular Regents Diploma. The same total number of credits with the same category breakdown is needed for the Advanced Regents Diploma. Now, for the local diploma, all students can earn a Regents Diploma or an Advanced Regents Diploma. Some students have the option to earn a local diploma. This option allows some students to graduate with scores of 55 or higher on their Regents exams. Again, the credit requirement are the same, 44 credits, same breakdown, just lower scores on the 5 exams. Okay. Quickly, before I go into the promotional requirements, I just want to speak real quick about college and career readiness. Now, the DOE has minimum passing scores of 65. However, higher scores are needed to demonstrate college and career readiness to avoid taking remedial courses in college. Now, you guys know this is something that I have spoken to you about and strongly encourage you to utilize all resources to ensure that you can get the best scores possible. To demonstrate college and career readiness, students need a 75 or higher on the ELA English Language Regents and a 70 or higher on the math, algebra, or geometry Regents. A 65 or higher on Algebra 2 trigonometry is considered sufficient to demonstrate college and career readiness. Again, this was a quick review. I went through this very quickly. Please send me your emails. If you have any questions or concerns, I will follow up accordingly. Now, promotional requirements. To be considered on track to graduate, students must pass all their classes each semester. The DOE, however, recognizes that due to extenuating circumstances, and there couldn't be anything worse than what we're currently going through, students at times are not as successful as they could be otherwise. So they set up promotional requirements. Students are promoted based on the number of credits they have earned. In order to be promoted from the sophomore year to the junior year, you need a minimum of 20 credits. And within that minimum of 20, you need to successfully complete all your English classes and all your social studies classes. To be promoted from the junior year into your senior year, you need a minimum of 30 credits. Again, I am here to answer any questions that you might have, further clarification needed. Additional information regarding promotional requirements and graduation requirements can also be found on the DOE website. Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll now have our first Q&A. So students, if you have questions, please type them in the chat box, and either I or members of our staff will answer the questions.
Edward.
I answered you in the text, Edward.
Oh, I have to mute.
All right, seeing no other questions thus far, we will have another Q&A towards the end, so okay. I'm waiting for your question. So the question is, do you get the credit from the fall semester if you pass the spring? So everything that you've accomplished in the fall, you've already earned those credits. So you do get all the credits that you've earned in the fall. And spring, everything that you pass in the spring, you also earn those credits. So the spring and fall are independent of one another. So everything that you've passed in the fall semester, you've earned those credits. You got that already. Everything that you pass in this spring semester, you will also have those credits and you'll have that as well. Hope that answers your question. If not, I'll clarify in our second Q&A session. We'll now have Assistant Principal Perez talk about the Advanced Placement Course Survey. Ms. Perez?
Good afternoon, class of 2022. How are you doing out there? I hope you guys are doing well. I want you to know that I love you and I miss you, and don't hesitate to reach out to us if you need anything at all. So today I'm here to talk about our AP Course Interest Survey. We are potentially offering the following courses: AP Psychology for 10th and 12th grade, AP English Lang and AP US History for 11th grade, AP Calculus AB for 11th and 12th grade, and then AP English Lit, AP Computer Science Principles, and AP Environmental Science for 12th grade. Below, you see the link for the online form. Please complete the survey by this Friday, June 5th, if you haven't already done so. If you've already completed and submitted the survey, there's no need to complete it again. I want to make sure that I program you guys properly for the courses that you are interested in. Okay, thank you, everybody. Go Lions!
Thank you, Ms. Perez. Now we'll have Assistant Principal Dixon talk about our new system, Care Monkey, and digital forms. Ms. Dixon?
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's fine. I'm happy to see so many of you here today. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our new system, Care Monkey. It's a brand new system that we're adopting in order to help us with going paperless. So we will be saving a few thousand trees and a lot of time. With Care Monkey, your parent or guardian can sign forms on their cell phone or their tablet or a computer. So let your parents know to look for the Care Monkey registration email during the week of June 1st. And your first form will also be due at that time, and that will be your electronic blue card. So your emergency contact card is now going to be digital. So yeah, when it comes to all of our student forms, such as the back to school forms, blue cards, media consent forms, absence notes, permission slips, all of those forms will now be submitted and managed electronically. But you must complete all 10 of your new school orientation forms, the new school year orientation forms, over the summer. Okay, you have to have all of those done, and then you will receive the very coveted outside lunch permission form, and that should be sent to your parent or guardian around August 15th. So again, this is super exciting. It's gonna make everyone's life a lot easier and simpler. Just make sure you let your parent or guardian know to look for that registration email. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dixon. All right, now we'll have Ms. Thomas discuss some remote internships and opportunities. Ms. Thomas?
Hey, class of 2022. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm so excited, looking forward to next year as you guys are rising juniors. There are a lot of exciting things that happens at Chelsea for you. Just to piggyback on what Ms. Lawrence said, please be reminded that you are a student at a CTE school, and your CTE course is your elective, and those elective course credits are necessary as well to graduate. And your course is in a certification exam. With that CTE certification exam, that under special situations and depends on the exam that you take, it can count as your +1 option when you're graduating. as well as for internship placement, it helps to have that certification. Some of you guys, about 10 students, current sophomores, have been working with the program called CareerWise New York. They have applied to companies like Amazon, Ernst & Young, JP Morgan Chase, Uncorked, and Accenture. So I just want to shout out our 10 sophomores who have taken the next step in their career path and taken on this 3-year apprenticeship program. That's Ryan Tester, Nazir Davis, Shadeem Simmons, Vernon Dillon, Ashley Myrtle, Phoenix Magar, Mubarak Answar, Daniel Vivar, Jasari Letman, and Rashawn Riley. So please, when you get a chance, give them some encouragement and encourage them to keep their heads up. Over the summer, hopefully you guys will be checking your emails because the Department of Education Work-Based Learn Office is trying to supplement the summer youth employment program that we lost. So whether it's a 1-week writing workshop or training program, it's all to help better you to become better as you enter your junior year and just to help you through the process that we're in. Some of you guys took your certification yesterday with Ms. Grimes. Ms. Grimes was very proud. We did have a few 10th graders that actually passed their Adobe and their Photoshop certification. So that's a plus because now you continue to take one in your junior year and your senior year and you'll graduate with more. So it's all about taking advantage of all the opportunities that Chelsea has to offer. And don't only focus on being in class. Look at yourself as a student outside of those classes and the stuff that you're learning, the things that you're learning, and the skill sets that you're gaining. How can you use those after Chelsea? So that's what we're preparing you for. We're not preparing you to stay at Chelsea. We're preparing you to be strong candidates, strong graduates of Chelsea so that you can be better for the world. Email me if you have any questions, if you need me to look over your resume, if you need help looking for if you're interested in learning a new skill set over the summer, send me an email at wbl@chelseahs.org and I can share information with your CTE teachers as well. Hope you guys have a wonderful summer and hashtag make sure we finish strong.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Now we'll talk about college readiness with Mr. Marr. Mr. Marr?
Good afternoon, sophomores. It's great to be here with you. I hope you're all doing well, and happy Friday. We have some announcements for you, and we just want to share some information regarding the college office with you. I'm going to start off. Mr. Acosta is going to tell you about some of the current events that we have going on at the moment, and I'm going to turn it over to him.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize I was still mute. But good to see some you guys here. We really do miss y'all, and I hope that all of you guys are doing well. So yeah, like Mr. Moore was saying, we have a couple of events coming up that you guys should really be looking forward to. So applications for College Now are due June 26th. Some of you have probably been a part of the College Now program in the past. For those of you that haven't, College Now is basically an opportunity for you to take a college credit course while you're in high school at BMCC, which is a couple minutes walk from Chelsea, actually. So in the long run, it'll save you money because what you're doing is you're taking a free college class and earning credit for it. So that when you actually do attend college, you start off with a little bit of a head start. So definitely something to consider. Please reach out if you need any assistance or have any more questions about that. So let's talk HBCUs. We have, for those of you that don't know, HBCUs are historically Black colleges and universities. These universities and colleges are historically Black because during the time in America when Black people and a lot of people of color weren't allowed to attend a lot of the universities around, historically Black colleges and universities took on that mantle of being the educational centers for a lot of African descendant people, not just from America, but from around the world as well. So you'll notice that a lot of the most prominent Black figures that you hear about did attend HBCUs. But that's not to say that HBCUs are exclusively for Black or African descendant people. You know, you can be any race and apply to HBCU, and it's open to everybody. Please, 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 I highly encourage you guys, if you want to learn more about HBCUs and schools of the like, join us June 2nd at 6 p.m. on the Google Meet Chelsea HBCU Hub. It'll really be interesting and fun, and you know, it'll be a great experience for you, whether you think that a HBCU is something you really consider or not. Piggybacking on the colleges that on college visits, so we have SUNY Delhi and Parsons Schools of Design. We're on the works of trying to get them to host a forum with you guys and give you guys the opportunity to ask some questions regarding college, regarding their programs, and you know, just general questions about, you know, what requirements may be needed to attend these schools. And we'll have more schools as well available, so please be on the lookout. One more thing I forgot to mention about the HBCU Hub and the College Now applications. They've both been posted. The flyer for the HBCU Hub and the application for College Now have both been placed in your college readiness classes, and they have been emailed to you all. So yeah, you guys should be able to find them. And if not, please do contact us. And you know, we're looking for actually 2 volunteers from your class. I know a lot of you guys are really creative, really social media savvy. So we're actually looking for two of you guys to run an Instagram page for your class. And basically that would entail you becoming a peer leader. We have 9 peer leaders currently, and that's 4 seniors and 5 juniors. And so when our seniors graduate, you know, we'll have to pick peer leaders, and you know, you guys are up next. So if you're interested in becoming a peer leader, please do reach out. And if you're interested in, you know, being a part of the Instagram page as well, please reach out as well. And I'll have more information for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Acosta.
Hi again, everybody. You've all been participating in your college readiness classes this year with me at the beginning of the year, but also with Mr. Gendel and Mr. Silberfeld. And I know that you've been working hard on some activities that will help you to get ready for the college application process that will begin in less than a year and a half. When you think about it, that's really not a lot of time. So I just wanted to give you a few items here to be thinking about that you could be working on now, that you actually should be working on now. They are, first of all, your PSAT score reports. If you have not reviewed them, please look over your PSAT score report. Make sure that you have taken stock of what you did well on, what you struggled with, and what you may be able to improve. From your PSAT score report, you can access Khan Academy, which will allow you instantaneously to begin practicing for the SAT that you will take next spring. So it's a great idea to get ahead of this process, be getting ready for the test, familiarize yourself with the format and the types of questions, and Khan Academy will help you identify the areas where you are weaker and the areas where you're stronger, and give you work that is at your level so that you can build the best possible score for next year. The next item is to start working on a college essay. Now you might ask yourself, you're not going to have a college essay due for at least a year and a half, but it's a good idea to have it beforehand. You may find yourself applying for scholarship programs next year. You may find yourself applying for scholarship money. So having those essays at the ready now is a great idea. If you need materials, if you're curious about it, how to get started, if you haven't already done so in your classes, let me know and we will get you moving forward on that. The next thing is that all over the internet these days, with everybody working online, there are many, many opportunities for you to learn about colleges. You have virtual college visits that are posted on the websites of most colleges that you might be interested in. We have been sharing with you information about college fairs that have been held in recent months. There will be more in the summer and the fall. Keep an eye out for emails from us to let you know about them. And then finally, it's never too early to start putting together a list of colleges that you might be interested in. Google colleges in New York State with the particular program that you're most interested in. Google colleges in the United States with the name of a particular major that you might want to pursue. And a wealth of names of colleges will come up that might be a good fit for you. And then finally, and I'm sure that Miss Thomas is nodding right now, you should be working on your resumes. Even if you do not intend to get a job anytime soon, you never know when opportunity is going to knock. Please put together a resume. If you need help with that, we will help you. Ms. Thomas is available. We are available in the college office anytime. Thanks, everybody. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat and I'll follow up with you.
Thank you, Mr. Mari. Appreciate that. Ms. Moreno, we'll talk about contacting the College and Career Office. Ms. Moreno?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see the class of 2022 here. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. So we're just giving you maybe a ton of information, and you may have some questions on how to get started on these action items, or you just may already have questions that you have thought about during this time. So on the slide, you'll be able to see how to contact us in the College and Career Office. We do have sort of a virtual College and Career Office set up through Google Meet. All you need is the nickname Chelsea College Office to get in. We are available on Mondays from 4 to 5:30, Wednesdays from 1 to 2, and then again from 4 to 5:30, Fridays from 1 to 3, and 4 to 5:30 p.m. But we are also available outside of these hours by appointment, and you can email us, any three of us or all of us at the same time, and we will be more than happy to help you. I hope you all finish strong and you have a great summer as well. And I'll pass it back to you, Mr. Reed. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Moreno. We'll now have our student advocates, Ms. Ebo and Coach V, talk about student supports. Ms. Ebo, Coach V.
Good afternoon.
Hello, everyone. It's great to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. This is just to let you know that we really miss you, but we are still here for you. We're here to support you, advocate for you. It's easy to contact us by email. Our emails are on this slide, or you can contact Coach V at The Real Coach V on Instagram. But we are here for you, so do not hesitate to reach out. I also wanted to talk to you about very quickly about a new club that we've got here that was started by your counselors and a couple of teachers called Chelsea Voice Student Alliance. We have two wonderful juniors who are helping to found that club, Sydney and Kevin. We meet Thursdays at 4:30. It's there for us to look at what is going on in our world right now. It's a safe space where we can talk about bias, racism, how to improve our school community, how we can support each other, how we can be allies, how we can move from bystanders to allies in these times. So I encourage you all to come in. We're starting virtually when we get back into the building, because I know we're going to get back there. We're going to meet in person, okay? Just go, it's a Google Classroom called Chelsea Voice Student Alliance. The meet is on the banner, so please, please, please join us. And Coach, Instagram Live.
Yes, Instagram Live every Thursday and Friday, 3:30, 45 minutes, so don't miss it.
And we need your help and participation. You all know that I can't do this, so please, you gotta help me out.
She needs a co-host.
Okay. Also, another favor, I've reached out to a few of you, but we are looking for volunteers to help us create videos for our freshman orientation, a virtual page. That's what we're trying to create. And we know our incoming freshmen, just like our seniors, have just lost their last year in middle school and are coming into high school and just not knowing anything about us. So this is a good way to connect with them. You can create.
Go.
Well, sorry. Okay, we can create videos about your CTE major, your experiences at Chelsea. I have some sample questions that you can answer if you need a way to start. Please send me videos, questions, ideas that you want to.
I have a question.
Hold on. The ideas to me. Put your question in the chat box, okay? To me at aebo@chelseahs.org, okay? And those who I've reached out to, please respond. I'd love to see your videos, and anyone else, join in.
Thank you, Ms. Ebo. We'll now hear from Ms. Renna to discuss student activities. Ms. Renna?
Hello, my sophomores. I miss you guys. It's so good to see you all in this chat. I'm so proud of you. Those of you who are joining in on the 3-year intensive program, it's so good to see you guys taking initiative. So I'm just here to let you know about the student activities Google Classroom. I apologize if you hear the lawnmowers in the background. I'm really loud for some reason today, but the Student Activities Classroom is really just there for you. It's for me to connect with you instead of walking through the cafeteria and saying hi during 4th and 5th period. I now get to talk to you every day via Google Classroom and some really bad jokes. It's great. So it's just there so you can have a reminder to do your attendance, so that you have information about our Wellness Wednesdays with Brain Power Wellness, 3:30. It is so much fun, and I mean it. Like, I actually do it at 8:15 in the morning with the staff, and then I do it again at 3:30. I do it on top of the 2 workouts I already do, and it's a really good way of connecting with each other, finding new workouts, and finding ways to just kind of de-stress. It's been helping me a lot. I'm actually doing yoga now because of it. It's helped me. On that note, Mr. Jones is also doing a Wellness Wednesday for wee ones. We all know you guys got younger siblings, cousins, family members, and it's hard for them to stay indoors. So at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays, he does do a virtual story time. It's a lot of fun. He's really good. Mr. Jones is super animated about things. The meeting code for that in Google Classrooms, Google Meet is We Wellness. And then, of course, we're going to keep plugging it because we're only getting like 12 viewers. I don't know. You guys all love Mr. Reed's IG Lives, and we're feeling a little unloved right here. But there are Instagram Lives with me, Ms. Ebo, Coach V. Sometimes a little rough. Yesterday was a last minute, oh man, what's going on? We're going to make this work with Miss Renna and her baby hairs. But we made it work. So every Thursday, Friday at 3:30, join us. Don't be afraid. We all look a little crazy right now. It's all a little just out there, but we're having fun. And that being said, fun. I can't wait to see all of you, and I mean that. Like, I've been crying randomly in like little Google Meets this week because just seeing your faces is so nice. But when we're back in school, and this is big news because it's not me at all, but we're gonna do a party. Woohoo! I know you guys are so excited. I'm so against parties, and you know that, but we're gonna do one because you guys have earned it. You're surviving pandemic 2020. This has been the roughest year, I think, for a lot of us, and you guys are just rocking it. So we're going to do a back to school party as soon as we are allowed back in the building. Date to be announced. Hopefully Coach V will help us DJ that one with some music from you guys, suggestions, and any ideas, concerns, anything at all, please reach out to me. My email is lorena@chelseahs.org. I'm also on Instagram now. Well, a student-based Instagram. It's l.renna_chelseahs. And please, any suggestions? I am here. I miss you. I love you guys. I hope you're well, and I think about you all the time.
Thank you very much. So, class of 2022, as we close, just what does finish strong mean to you? We want you to all finish strong because we know your potential, and we believe in all of you because your future is bright. Now is the time to become the greatest versions of yourself. You are all lions, our leaders, innovators, orators, newsmakers, and scholars. During these unprecedented times, you have demonstrated these ideals in so many ways. Your history is unique. There has never been a time like this in any of our lifetimes. Your generation, Generation Z, is shaping our future. You have reminded us of the importance of practicing empathy, patience, and innovation. We are using technology in ways we have never done before. So thank you. With less than 20 online days remaining, Your future starts now. You have the power to change the world. Continue in your commitment to your academic progress and development, and continue practicing your own resilience. Check into daily attendance every day, complete your assignments, and attend live sessions for support with your teachers, Ms. Lawrence and Mr. Jones, and the college and career team. Check your email daily and follow us on our social media platforms. On behalf of our entire Chelsea CTE family, we want you to know that we are right by your side as we virtually walk together to the finish line. We will all finish strong. Thank you, class of 2022. We'll now have our second Q&A session. So if you have questions, please type them in the chat box. Okay, at this time, I'm going to ask that our members of the faculty and staff excuse themselves. I'm going to stay behind to engage in a town hall with our students. So faculty and staff, I thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful weekend. Students, you may remain if you like. If you want to have conversations with me privately, I'm going to stop recording now.